have a very exciting little unboxing for you, a little comparison. So this is my Sterling Ink Common Planner in the B6 size. It's the 2023 full year version. This is my journal, and this planner is really interesting because it was initially designed kind of after the layout of the Hobonichi Cousin, where you have monthly layouts in the beginning and then you have weekly layouts in the middle, and then the difference here is that the end of this notebook is meant to more be like a commonplace journal, and it has blank pages, but it has enough for 1 page per day, similar to how the Hobonichi Cousin is set up. Now it has 366 pages, actually blank. No, JK, 369, which this means that I did start this day per page style journaling. I dated it back to the end of December, the very end of December. So December 27th. And that was 369 days by my count. Now, a couple times I have like oopsied and like accidentally glued a couple pages together. And so I've been doubling up some days with my layout for journaling. So like here I have 2 pages per day. But at the end of the day, I'm still gonna have enough to make sure that I get a page of day of journaling. And so I'm very excited because my whole book for journaling will be in this. And if you've seen this layout before, you've seen that I do a memory a day. In the week, I do affirmations from the I Am app. And then obviously I do my journaling on a daily basis here in the back of this book. Now, I've loved this book, but there's a couple of things that I've kind of taken issue with it. Now, these are things that she has supposedly improved on, Catherine from Sterling Ink, and I do have it in a Salty Katie Co. cover, and I usually put like a cute vellum in the back here just because I get the Sterling Ink monthly sub box and it comes with like a pretty vellum. I've got a couple here that I want to change it out, I just haven't had the time to. Where this particular notebook, kind of one of the issues with it has been sort of the spine and like the cover is just not the best. And you'll see I actually taped in like an affirmation card to just give it a little bit more substance here. But to my knowledge, she has improved this. Now I am going to purchase probably the 2024 version again for our journal next year. Because when I tell you I'm absolutely obsessed with this whole setup, I'm obsessed with it. I love the gold foiling. I just think it's such a romantic way to sort of document my life, my feelings, my thoughts. And I started journaling daily back in November, and I began it in my, I just knocked a bunch of shit over. I began it in my Archer and Olive book here that I've pretty much filled up. I have this many pages blank left in this notebook. So this became sort of, this was my Bujo for a while, and I absolutely loved this, and this was great. And then I switched into a different book, but right about here, sort of mid-November was when I started journaling. Sort of micro journaling is something that I learned about, micro journaling, and I really got into this, and I was like, cool, if I'm gonna be able to do this for the remainder of the year. And I ended up setting up for December and then didn't quite finish it in December, which is totally fine because and then I use the rest of this as sort of as like scratch paper or like goal setting, trying different layouts. And so I love this, but I'm not doing so much the traditional bullet journal anymore, although never say never. I may very well come back to this. I love the Archer and Olive notebooks. I have a B6 one that I use as like a reading journal, and I absolutely love these notebooks. They're gorgeous. And I have another one that I'll use as another. I have a ton of them and I love them. They're beautiful notebooks, beautiful paper, really great for, I'm so excited to see as I get more into journaling and as the next few years go by, see sort of my stack of journals sort of kind of grow. And it's going to be like an archive of my life, which in a digital world is so very cool. So, and I've obviously become much more like in touch with, or just have a different perspective now on journaling and notebooks and keeping like a hard version of everything since my dad has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. And so I value keeping a physical reminder of the fact that I existed on this world and the memories with the people that I have, the good, the bad. But while I will use another one of these. I considered maybe doing like a Wonderland 222 book, the A5 size for a journal, because it's a very similar setup and it's an A5. But I love this. I'm hoping she comes out with another with the gilded edge, and that's what I really love. It's just so romantic for this type of journaling that I do, and it's just so beautiful. So what I did get, however, because I realized that I am going to be a chronic planner hopper. Now, I do have my B6 paper test designs, which I've sort of settled into as my annual archive for everything. So I was using like a Hobonichi Weeks and the Hobonichi Cousin combo, then I wanted to move into one book. This is perfect because it's got your monthly layout followed by the weekly layout and then 7 blank pages, so it's so much room. But I was craving a new book for multiple reasons, and so I realized that I'm gonna be a chronic planner hopper. I just am. I am going to keep this updated because, again, I want just an archive for this year. I will likely, I say likely, I may or may not want to keep an archive book, and I will actively come back into this book. Right now I'm just sort of back planning in it because it's dated and I love this book so much and I want to have the satisfaction of filling this up, because look at just how satisfying, so satisfying to flip through and see all the things filled out. I want to fill this book up. I love this book so much, and so I'm gonna do that. Plus it's a really great time for me to reflect on my week, and so if I'm back planning, I'll do some sort of reflection and things like that. And then here's my layout. I use this when I journal. If I don't remember what happened on a day, it's good for me to just kind of see what were like the big things that happened that day. What did I remember? And please excuse my hands. I was trying to mess with one of my fountain pens and I had an oopsie with the ink. So we are a hot mess express over here. And I love this book. I love this whole setup, just makes me so happy. And so I'm gonna archive this book, but I've been using a series of sort of undated notebooks at this point, where I have right now currently actively a A6 Planner Monkey Co. and a Aura Estelle Complete Weekly. This is just a grid notebook. This is an undated monthly, weekly vertical layout. And so I'm using these right now, but I know I also love the layout of the Hobonichi Cousin, which is the same layout as this book. Now, I'm not gonna use this as a planner. This will never be converted to a planner, ever. It's going to remain my journal. But Catherine from Sterling Ink came out with some undated common planners, and I did pick up a couple, plus the corresponding clear covers, because I just like the option, to pick up the happier version of this. And I did this very similarly with the Aura Estelle. I picked up the A5 Complete Weekly and the B6 Complete Weekly, where they're the same layout, just 2 different sizes, because I like, again, options. And if I have like multiple options of undated books to sort of go in and out of depending on my needs, I want the options. And I love this because this is literally just a monthly weekly. So this might be really good for, you know, if I'm traveling or what have you, I can maybe just kind of hop into one book. Or like this right now, I love the A5 size because it's giving me the opportunity to really project plan, and it gives me enough space to project plan. You know what I mean? It gives me enough space to project plan. The A5 weekly is gonna have enough space for me to keep my sort of inbox of to-dos, plus my project planning down at the bottom. You know what I mean? So I like the size. At the end of the day, journaling and planning, I don't wanna have to stress out about a book, not finishing a book, right? And it being dated or undated. If it's undated, I can just go in and out as I need to, and I feel zero guilt. So I might have maybe 2 or 3 notebooks that span over a year or 2, and I'm giving myself plenty of options to do so. But I know that with the Sterling Ink specifically, that she changed a couple things where she fixed the cover, she fixed the spine, because like you can see this was definitely an issue, and she definitely listened to the community. And I think the grid is a little bit darker. So I wanted to do a small compare contrast. And this packaging is different, which I really do enjoy. And I did get the happier of these because, again, I'm likely not going to fit an entire year into an undated planner. It will be like part of the year, I might spend a month or 2 or 3 in 1 or 2 books and then switch the quarter or going into a new quarter. It's just going to depend on what my needs of my life and my business are. And given that I am an entrepreneur and I'm fully self-employed, my personal and business needs shift on a fairly regular basis. Oh, how cute is this? Look at how tiny. See, I like these. This is a full year, but it's just months and weeks. This is a half year, weekly, monthly, daily. I love how compact this is. Oh, for reference, here is a Hobonichi Cousin. This is my 2023 Hobonichi Cousin, but it's been sort of stickered up. And I kind of used this. I got this because I just wanted to try it, but then I ended up loving the daily layouts and the weekly layouts and everything in it. But I just don't like the colors, and so I use this very much as like scratch paper. I just open up to whatever day I'm on and will use it for whatever I need that day. And I love it for that. Like, this is kind of fun. I'm gonna use this as like as just a scratch dump, brain dump notebook if I need to. But that's for reference, a Hobonichi Cousin. I will show you my A5 or Estelle Complete Weekly in comparison, if I can get it out of the cover. Now keep in mind, I did sticker paper the Aura Estelle because I don't like the pink. I like neutrals. I don't like pastel, girly shit, usually. I mean, I like it in my like sterling ink, like flowers and stuff like that, but for like a whole ass cover, ain't gonna do it. So I literally did sticker paper and then I did sticker paper that was out of the screen. I did sticker paper, washi it, and I do have a Midori clear cover that I'm gonna put on it, but it doesn't fit in the current case that I have it in. But my new case, once I get my new, I bought a different A5 cover that's actually leather that will be able to stretch, or I will be able to trim down my Midori cover. This is like a plastic, so it's not going to give if I need to stretch the back pocket to fit this with the Midori clear cover, because I do want to protect this cover just because I did sticker paper it. So A5 Aura Estelle, this is a month on 2 pages, followed by 2 blank pages. And there's 12 months, and then it's a week on 2 pages, vertical weekly, followed by 2 blank pages for a whole year. This is the Hobonichi Cousin. You know, you get every single month, plus every single week, plus every single day. And this is the A5 half-year common planner, because I love a B6. I do. I think it's gonna be like my most used size, but sometimes mama needs an A5. When I say mama needs an A5, I mean I am a dog and tortoise mom. I do not have any physical live human children that I birthed. I have a dog and a tortoise, but mama sometimes just needs an A5. And so here's the A5 common planner. So just for reference, let's kind of move these out of the way so you can see the situation. So they're obviously all the same like layout, although the Hobonichi is just a little bit wider, I think, than like the common planner, but that just might be because it's a little chunky too. It's a little wider. Yeah, it is. And then so A5 half year common planner, the full year Hobonichi weeks, and the full year complete vertical weekly undated from Aura Estelle. So just so you can see that comparison. Okay, so now let's look at, now the Aura Estelle, the grid is very light, which I do enjoy because this is very much going to be like a functional workhorse for me. I don't need this to be like, I want the flexibility of this light grid, and it doesn't have the times, which I like because I'm not doing this as a timeline. I'm using this as an inbox and project manager. Okay. Now let's look at this common planner. Oh, it's so beautiful. Now this does not have the gilded edges. So now this common planner is interesting because it does have like a goals breakdown, which I actually don't do my goal setting like this. I do it differently, and I usually do it with the support of my mentor, my business mentor and friend. And I goal plan very differently. So I don't use this page usually. So I will likely leave it blank, and I'm fine with that. And then it has a blank page, and then it's got more blank page. And I think these are the monthlies. So these are the blank monthlies. These look almost identical, to be honest, to, let's turn to a blank monthly in the Aura Estelle, to the Aura Estelle. But if you can see, wow, I didn't turn my light on. You can see that the grid for the month is a little bit darker in the Aura Estelle than it is the common planner. Now you can't totally compare the two because this has way fewer notes pages. This only has 2 blank pages in between each week and each month, where this common planner will have 6 months pages. It will have 6 weeks worth of timelined vertical days, which I do like that. I can see myself using the timeline for sure. Whereas this is the Aura Estelle, it does not have the timeline, and it's a Monday start. You could choose Sunday or Monday start on this side. So it does have the sidebar and then the whole week. And then this has in the back enough space for a page per day for 6 months, and the pages are numbered, which I really like, because if you are an indexer, I love indexing like this, like how Lindsay scribbles indexes, where she goes, does the common planner have this, like, does it have the like Calendex section? It does not. Where I was looking to see if it had like this section, this Calendex section, where it's like the month, and then it's got the whole day, and then it's got some blank space. I typically, in my Hobonichi cousin, if I have something of note on a day, I still Calendex, I index the month to the day of what is on that note page, which I really like. So I'm kind of sad that this doesn't have a Calendex, but you would very easily be able to set one up, because there's blank space here. And if you're not using this goals breakdown, you could do it here. So you could do, so it's got 6 months. You could split this into 3, and this kind of is already sort of split into 3 and 3, and do your Calendex for each individual month. I would likely do that, because I don't know, I will likely be using this for personal and productivity in this A5, which I think is going to be super fun. And so that's this. Now, to compare the grid color to the original common planner, let's turn to, yes, the grid is a little bit darker, which I'm very much excited about. Yes, that is a nicely dark grid. So I'm excited for these to kind of just be in the rotation. Again, they're undated. I did not buy the sticker packs because I just handwrite my shit in. Like, this is undated. I literally just did like the, I like how I did it in this month. I literally drew a dot with a mild liner and then wrote it in, and I just cursive wrote in. I like my handwriting. I don't mind my handwriting, and I would prefer it just to be all my handwriting instead of like a super perfect sticker and then like half handwriting. And I would have to buy and storage manage so many stickers. And I have a rule: if my stickers don't fit into my Archer and Olive boxes, I have 2 of them, and that's where I keep my stickers. If they overflow, it's time to clean out. It's time to clean out. And that's part of why I do the Sterling Ink subscription, is so that I'm not tempted to constantly buy stickers. Now, I do have a couple Coffee Monsters Co. stickers in the front of this notebook, and I have the same 3 sheets in my other notebook, because I think these are cute, and these would definitely vibe with the color schemes. These are more muted, you know what I mean, than like, they're not like jewel tone or like too cutesy. If that makes sense. It's just not my vibe. I mean, literally, that's not my vibe. Look at my nails. Look at my hands. If you knew me in real life, you would know that pink is not my personality. And I love how thin this is, this half year. Now, the cool thing is this chunks up as you use it, right? So as you write on the paper, as you fluff it up, it chunks. Look how chunky. It's so chunky. And this is basically a half a year. You know what I mean? Like, there's basically, this is like a half year of daily pages. You know what I mean? It's gonna chunk. So the notebook looks thin. Like, this is still the second half of the year of daily pages, and it's about the same size as this. You know what I mean? So like, even if you're using this and it's super skinny, she's gonna get fluffy. Fluffy, fluffy, fluffy. This Tomoe River paper just gets fluffy like that. So I just wanted to show these notebooks. I did get the clear covers because I do typically like to put a clear cover on to protect as much as possible, because that's just my preference. So this is the B6 size. These are the Sterling Ink clear covers. The reason that my clear cover on my other Sterling Ink is the Salty Katie Co. is because I bought it before she made these clear covers for, like, the common planner released It was a bigger hit than I think she was even anticipating it being, because of the layout, because of the size, because of it fixed a lot of the issues a lot of people have with the Hobonichi Cousin. Like for me, it's like the colors, the quotes, all of that stuff. It's a very neutral planner. So when you look at the planner, you see yourself, you don't see the planner. And she said that in one of her videos, and I love that. And this is a much sturdier, like, this is way more sturdy than this is. So I'm really glad that she addressed that. Obviously very much cares about the people in her community. But we're going to, and these are the half-year clear covers. Now I don't know what cover I would put this notebook in, because I have a couple like A5 and B6. Oh, having to do this sort of, sorry, I just bumped my microphone. I have to like bend it backwards to like get her in there. Ta-da. I put my Stalogies in clear covers too, you guys. I'm just clear cover crazy. There we go. Yeah, look at that. That fits so nicely. That's clearly, I mean, it was made, I got the 6-month cover for this. Let's see if this fits in this. Now, I always had an issue when I carried this around. This is such a thick, chunky planner, and when I have pens in the pen loops, it makes it almost impossible to close, and I usually don't even close it. But let's see if this would vibe, because this is my favorite zip Moterm cover. This green is, one, gorgeous, and two, it's just so functional for throwing in your purse. And I like it because I do believe this will slide in with the clear cover on it. Or will it? Oh no, it won't. Not into the zip cover. Not in, oh, is it going to? Oh, it's going to. It did. Okay, so I could put it in a zip cover. And then my other A5 cover that I have, this is not actually my favorite A5 cover. I actually kind of, this is not the color that I thought it was going to be when I ordered it. I thought it was much more neutral. This is very much more pink. I like the color of the inside. I hate the color of the outside. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to return it. I did get it from a shop on Etsy. But I did order a different style notebook that has these 2 pen loops, but it also has an elastic closure. So for this planner cover specifically with this style, I have a few pens that I use for my work planner right now. It's gonna just lock everything else in there. But let's see if this clear cover, because this does not fit in here with the clear cover, because again, like I said, it is exactly the size of the notebook. And I would have to cut down the Midori clear cover in the back on this to fit this in, and I don't know if I want to commit to that quite yet, although I do need to retouch some of this tape that's on the back here, because the pink is showing. Ugh. Okay. A5. Now, I didn't see with the Aura Estelle, I think just a regular B6 cover, like the one that I have on my Stalogy, which I did get. Oh, that's not it. Like, this is a B6 Stalogy, and this is a Lauren Phelps Designs clear cover. This would fit, because this B6 Aura Estelle Complete Weekly is like the same almost as a B6 Stalogy, which I love a B6 Stalogy. I have a couple that I use for various reasons. But I like the clear covers, you guys, because it just protects everything. Oh, it's stuck. It's sticky. Sticky, sticky. Sticky, sticky. Here we go. Ta-da. Good, and we're going to, here we go. The only reason I have deco on the front of this planner is because it makes me hate it less. And if I could make it vibe just a little bit, I was gonna make it vibe until my other planner cover gets here. Will likely not be here until close to the end of the month. All right, let's see if this slides in or no. That is not, like, there's zero room for that to fit in there, which is really unfortunate. And actually, this is driving me nuts, so I am gonna fix my planner cover while I have it, and I am gonna stick it back in the clear cover, and we're just gonna figure out a way to deal. We're gonna figure out a way to just deal with it, friends. All right. also stickered. Obviously you saw the front of my Hobonichi Cousin because I hate, I hate the color of that like yellow cardstock color of the Cousin cover was just not my jam. And now you guys are gonna see my very unaesthetic pink scissors. Ta-da. But I don't know. I just haven't bought scissors that I actually like, and those ones work really well. So, okay, we're good. And we're gonna slide this back into its Midori clear cover. I have a few of these floating around, and these are so inexpensive that if I needed to cut it down and buy some more, I would be okay. I would not cry. I would not cry, but I do not want this getting further damaged. So we are going to stick it in. So much better, so much better. Now she's protected and I do not need to be precious with her, but now it doesn't fit. But that's a problem for future me, and my pen are on the pen loops. So we'll figure that out. Again, problem for future me. So hopefully this was helpful. I just thought it would be fun. I love watching these types of videos. I'm very much in a needing a creativity outlet mood. So here's my little B6 stack. Here's my little B6 stack that will be in the rotation for actual like use on a daily, weekly basis. I gotta pull this out of here now. We've got the yearly notebook from Paper Test Designs, which is beautiful, and this is gonna be my archive for 2023. An undated complete vertical weekly, and yes, you best believe that by the time I get into this one, it will also have a sticker paper cover. We have a B6 2023 common planner that is my journal, and now we have an undated common planner for me to get into the mix with planning. Once I feel like I can want to move into an all-in-one book, I have various options. And then my A5 lineup is my Aura Estelle complete weekly, which is just a monthly weekly planner. I have my Hobonichi Cousin, which I don't really function as a planner anymore. It's more so scratch paper, and I pull papers out and I scribble and scratch on it as I need to, but it's still living on the desk, so that's fine. And then that's pretty much it. Oh, and then the A5 undated common planner, which will come into rotation. And then my current bullet journal, which is my A6 freely noted, which is just a blank dot grid A6 notebook from Planner Monkey Co. Oh, there's some paper. And then I just use it as a bullet journal. So like you'll see, this is my layout that I did for this coming week. And then like this is last week. But I'm using this in addition to my complete weekly right now because I just need a bigger space, bigger for work. And then this is gonna be very much just documenting my days, personal and home type of situation overview. All right, you guys, that is it. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.